Hey, what is up guys? GuitarRock here. Welcome back to another SINoALICE video. Alright, so today's basically video, I want to talk about mistakes that I've done over the last 24 hours or so playing the game. Alright, you can see I'm rank 40 already, so I am actually playing a lot. Alright, I'm playing actively, but of course, bloody mistakes. Hopefully you guys don't repeat the same bloody thing that I did. Alright, so hopefully in this video I'll be able to show you guys and tell you guys ahead of time what things you need to prepare, alright, before you actually start playing the game, or actually just stop with all these stupid mistakes that I've done before. Let's dive right into it. Okay, so first things first, this is I think the most important and crucial part of the game. When you first play the game, alright, for new players, you first play the game, you're first greeted with a screen that you can re-roll and do multiple rolls, alright. I noticed a lot of players, they straight away spend 5 hours, 6 hours, 7 hours just going ham on the re-roll process. After that, they found out that they don't like the game as much, which is extremely frustrating. You wasted like 7 hours of your life re-rolling, and then you just ended up not liking the game and just quit within the day one. Alright, so this game is very different. There's still a lot of things, contents in this game that I've yet to unlock, so I can't really speak from a veteran player's perspective, right? From someone who has played JP before. But for me right now, I do think it's a little bit overhyped. Alright, players said story is good and the combat can be very good later on. But yeah, it might not be for everyone and it might not be for you as well. So before you go in, go ham 6 hours, 7 hours for re-rolling, you know, to get the best double SR, triple SRs that you can. Please make sure you know what the game is about, alright? You know what? Just play the game first. Maybe you don't reroll, just play the game. Do not connect to any of your social media account. I think there's an option right there at the starting screen. Don't do that first, alright? So if you don't do that, if you're on Android, I know you can clear cache or clear data afterwards and you can start all over again. So there's that. Then you can actually start rerolling, alright? Like go mad, go crazy, reroll as much as you want. At the beginning stage of the game, maybe you want to try out the game first before knowing whether or not you will like it, because this has happened. I've seen plenty of posts and many players in my Discord as well. Quite a number of them have said that they don't really like the game that much. Okay, the next thing I want to talk about is about the settings, alright? Many of you might have known this, or some of you might not know this. So when you first start playing the game feels a little bit off, alright? I'm not sure if there's a right way to describe it, but it doesn't feel as high quality as it should be. That's because the game is not at its highest, best quality settings. So the first things that you should do right now, alright, after you start playing the game, even if you've been playing for the last 12 hours or 18 hours, go menu, alright, find settings or options, go right here, alright, you see this particular thing, scroll down all the way, this thing right here, look at this, energy settings. By default, the game sets it to normal. Now, normal and high quality is a huge difference. Alright, I will tell you guys, it's a huge difference. Number one, high quality, you can feel that it's smoother because it's at 60 frames per second, if I'm not mistaken. And normal, if I'm not mistaken, is like 30 frames per second. You can actually significantly see the improvement straight up. Just change it to high quality. Make sure you do this. If your phone can support this, I hope it can, because it actually looks goddamn awesome, alright, in high quality. It's way smoother, the gameplay, it affects everything, alright, it just looks better overall. Okay, so next thing that I want to talk about is the Colosseum. Alright, in order to play Colosseum, you need to first join a guild. Make sure you guys join a guild. If I'm not mistaken, after you unlock any of the chapter 2 onwards, you will be able to join a guild. So, guild can be relatively small, 15 members. There are two things that I want to talk about. Number one, when you join a guild, do not join a random guild. This is very important in this game. Now, why is that? Because the guild Colosseum will feature a thing called live PvP. Unfortunately, I missed out on my live PvP last night. I'm going to talk about that shortly. But during this live PvP, if you join a guild that is not same with your time zone, let's say you are on Europe, for example, you're somewhere from France or somewhere, and you join someone who is on Asia server, right? And the guild leader will change the settings according to what matches their country or majority of the players' country in terms of their time preferences. So if you pick a guild that is not similar to your time zone, it's going to be very difficult for you to be able to join it, because like I mentioned, this guild is live PvP and it will only go on for 20 minutes. Alright, notice these time settings from 7 to 7:20, 20 minutes only. So it's a very short session, and in that particular 20 minutes, preferably every single one should be active, all 15 members. The guild has relatively small player pool, 15. This is like the smallest I've seen in any guild. Like usually the guilds that I see, the smallest I've seen is like 30, maybe 40. This one is like 15. I mean like, I think I know why they did this, because, you know, since it's a live battle amongst the other players, right? So 15 members should be enough. Alright, one more thing. Time zone settings. You as a guild leader can actually freaking set this. Alright, I did a stupid mistake last night. I have no idea why. Alright, the game didn't tell me anything. You can actually change like what time you want the Colosseum time to be. Like I didn't change this. I didn't know about this until like maybe like 15 minutes ago. Guild Colosseum for me was like 4 o'clock in the morning or something, like 4 a.m, 4 to 4:20. Like I think it's because I select this country as my native country. I don't know what flag this is. It looks cool, so I choose that. And it ended up backfiring and giving me 4 a.m. Guild Colosseum. Thanks game, thanks. Okay, so how do you change it? Go to settings, alright, right here, in this basic settings right here, click change. So you as a guild leader can choose one of these time zones. Fortunately, there are 8 different choices for you to choose from, which is pretty cool. Alright, so if I change it today, right, the change to time settings are updated the following day. So it will not update now. I think it's already queuing up for the next match. In this case, it will basically queue it up for the next battle, which is the day tomorrow. So make sure you guys pick something that fits your time zone and most of your players' time zone. You as a guild leader, that is. It's very imperative and very important. Alright, especially for this particular Colosseum. It's actually one of the missions as well. Alright, if you go here, alright, it's one of your daily mission. Wait, no. Daily mission to fight in Colosseum one time. Alright, it's something that I think is engraved into part of the game. Alright, if you are planning to play this game seriously, in the long run, this is something that you have to do every single day. So yeah, 2 things to take on from this. Number 1 is join a guild as soon as you can. Number 2, make sure you pick the right guild for you, alright, that fits your time zone, so that you are able to join the Guild Colosseum. So this is why I decided to play on Asia server. Many of my Discord members told me to try to choose America server. Unfortunately, I will not be able to do that, because if I do so, the time zone is going to be so different. I might have to wake up 5 a.m. in the morning just to play this bloody Colosseum or something. Alright, that's going to disrupt my sleep time zone. No thanks. Alright, next freaking mistakes that I think a lot of players do. When they first start the game, you get this amount of diamonds, gems, crystals. They'll be like, oh, let's go to Grimoire. Oh, let's do more pulls. Let's pull. Let's go. Don't freaking do that yet, alright? Here's why. Alright, very important. When you first start the game, every single account, every single new account, you will have an option to purchase a couple of good packs. Alright, not many players know this. Go to menu, okay? Go to this, you see this? Shop, boom. Alright, you see this? Purchase Twilight Crystals, Royal, Item, Expand Inventory. Go to items, look at this. Starter Pack, Vanguard, Weapons. You get all of this for 150 gems. Alright, and then there's Starter Pack, Rare Guard, Weapons. You get all of this. Okay, so I thought I would bring this up because I know some players, they get super excited after they reroll. Immediately they just go to Grimoire and they be like, oh, I'm going to pull until I'm broke, boom, 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 boom. No more gems, no more diamonds, and GG, you know, GG. No more gems, no more diamonds. These are worth it. I'm going to show you guys why. So you can see, you can actually buy 5 times. You can actually buy 5. It's not just once, you can buy 5 times. I'm going to buy it once. I'm going to show you guys. Boom. Okay. So items sent to your present box. I'm going to show you guys what is in that. Okay, so I got this Silent Desire, alright, Death's Remains, Demon Spear, Savage Crossbow, and Gluttonous Skite. Alright, it's actually worth it. You get 1 SR alongside with 4 S-type weapons. Alright, if you think about it, it's actually worth it. You can purchase them multiple times. So take it with what you will. I do think this is worth it, especially for free to play. If you want to gacha away and try to obtain. Now, if you get unlucky right here in your Grimoire pool, you do have 11 rolls right here. Ideally, you can also get something similar, maybe 1 SR, but maybe 2 SR. But depending on how you want to look at it, this one might actually be worth it as well because it's half the price, right? You're not gambling, you're just straight up getting all of these for 150 gems. Alright, so whether or not this will be worth it is totally up to you. I do think as a free-to-play player, this is a good value. Alright, you should save some gems to buy this, all 5 times of it. Alright, you can buy this 5 times, you can buy this 5 times as well. So this is what the other pack gives me. Alright, Monk Staff, War Songs Echo, Book of Judgment, Dark Puppet, and Ginger Sage Part 2. Alright, next thing that I want to talk about briefly is Purification. Notice my Purification, there's a timer right here, 7 hours and 32 minutes. Okay, so when you first start the game, if your rank is from rank 1 to rank 20, you can do this unlimited amount of times. Okay, so once you reach rank 20 and above, every time you do this, it will need 8 hours to recharge, which is a freaking long time. So when you first started the game, it feels like you have unlimited AP. Your AP is constantly recharging, and then when it's low, you can just come here and do this. But once you are past that rank 20, you can only do this every 8 hours. And if you want to do it more, you have to use Purification ticket. So that's something that you have to keep in mind. Okay, and the last final thing that I want to talk about that I didn't really mention in the first video because I didn't know about this either is regarding your gear. So every single gear set, right? Besides having the main weapon right here, right? You might notice there's a main weapon, armor, nightmare, and stuff that you have equipped. So you can always click recommended and just click strongest if you have no idea what to equip. So it will just equip all your strongest gear. But if you go right here, next to recommended button, there's this thing called sub gear. So what sub gear does is you will be able to equip the weapons that you can't use, but they will give you bonus stats as well. Alright, you can just click on recommended. Boom. Okay, so now you can see these two are like my sub weapon. So sub weapon gives you a little bit of bonus stats. They won't be able, you can't use them in the battle. Alright, so you can't use them in battle, but they just give you bonus stats. So you notice my physical attack is 4306, magical attack is 4689. Alright, if I do this, 4346, 4742, I get slightly more stats to my overall class. In this case, Alice Breaker gets slightly more stats. So make sure you guys equip that as well. Alright, besides your main gear, you have sub gear, you also can have sub armor and sub nightmare later on. Alright, so once you have unlocked plenty of those, you will be able to use them as well. Even though your character cannot specifically use them, you can be using them as a sub gear, nightmare, or equipments, alright, just to give you bonus stats in battle. Alright guys, so that's gonna be it for this video. So far I've been enjoying the game, alright, so hopefully I'll be able to make more videos or more guides whenever I discover something new. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you guys turn on the notification as well, because I do intend to upload more SINoALICE videos in the near future. So as always, stay tuned, have a nice day, goodbye.